YouTube, good morning. Discord, good morning. Welcome back. I do apologize for this delayed start here. I do apologize for this delayed start. Pretty late. It's pretty late. So there's 5 minutes to the opening bell. So I have to make sure my screen recording one is turned on. And check. Hold on. Check. Okay. Yeah, I have to make sure my screen recording is turned on here, and I'll get into some quick analysis. So there's two stocks that I'm really watching out here. The watch list is kind of soft, which isn't really good, but hopefully we can still see some opportunities. This is the stock market after all, right? The scanner sometimes will mean nothing. So I'm watching SNTG as my main stock, BTBD, GRTX, which is a cheaper stock, and lastly MCRB. The one that I'm really interested in is SNTG, of course. That's going to be my main watch. That is the leading stock here, up 115%. We can go to dual screen, show off the Momo Pro scans. GRTX. I'm going to copy and paste that into the YouTube stream. You know, I don't like these late starts, but at times they really can't be avoided. It's part of the deal here. So SNTG, let's pull it up. It's up 115%, around the $5 range, 9 million shares of volume. Let me get a quick couple of trend lines here, and I'll continue. So I have some daily levels going back from a few weeks ago. That's going back to, well, months, going back to May of last year. We had a high point at 641 as well as 963. We also rejected the 200 EMA around 430. So just a couple of levels to keep in mind as we're curling up here. And recently we've had a high point of 845. This is just a few days ago. 845 SNTG on the daily chart. And we've pulled back. The daily candle made the new high on the 3rd, which was at 454. So I definitely want to see this thing over the pre-market high. That's the first thing. And the pre-market high right now we have 490. Not bad. Okay. So it seems decent. It's a stock we've traded before. It's curling up again here today. Is there going to be a opening surge? Can we expect something strong out of this one? Or will it be a little on the slower side? We did see some, let's say somewhat lackluster momentum to start the day yesterday, but there were opportunities, right? Now we ended up seeing a bigger push a little later in NK, I think it was like NKTX or something. So I think, if we're reactive, if we're patient, if we watch for the setups and the patterns that we know and love, we could get a good day here, right? Because sometimes you just never know how strong the stocks can really be. So I'm looking forward to being patient. I'm looking forward to being disciplined. I got 1K size across the board. I'm not going to get to do my full analysis for all of these stocks, trend line wise, but I'll do that as we go throughout the morning. So we got a couple of seconds here to the opening bell. Let's trade to the best of our abilities. Let's be disciplined. And let's have some fun as well, right? You can't forget to have fun. So SNTG, there we go. Quick push up to 60. There's 63, 65. How well can we hold up on the pullbacks? That's a scratch trade, and it's not holding up super well. The low there's 36. 36. Yesterday I kind of took a few trades, went slightly red, so I'm not looking to be super active here. We got to make sure the momentum is strong, and you know, being patient is going to help me determine that. So the low of the current candle is 41, the high is at 55. So there's a push over 55, but can we continue? If the 1 minute candle can make the new high, I wouldn't mind watching that. But the high of the current candle is now 63. It seems too weak here. I'm gonna pull up one of the other stocks and actually just do my trend lines in the meantime. BTBD. How's this other one doing? There's a pullback to the lows of 30. Can we bounce? So BTBD, we had a high of 766 pre-market. The low has been around 271. This is sometimes the type of stock that can curl up, but so far right now not doing a lot of curling. Still kind of selling off. There's a couple of areas where this has had rejected 200 EMA. 339 as one of those levels. Or let's say 370. Oh yeah, 339 can work. 374. So this might have a lot of upside resistance. BTBD seems to be a little interesting here. High of the current candles at 280. But there seems to be a slight spread. The volume is also pretty light. NKTX from yesterday. Maybe this is the one that's worth watching. I saw it, but I thought the volume was too light. But this looks to be pretty good here. Big spreads for BTBD. I'm gonna take a long here, tight stops, small size. It's kind of risky. There's a bit of a spread to NKTX right now. I think this is it's probably the best stock though. having some trouble here getting over 11. I'm gonna increase my size in a second, but seeming decent so far. That was a good hold there. It's gonna go up a bit. I kind of need that was a good dip. That was a good dip down there. I didn't get super aggressive. It was the third time, but I like that we pushed up nicely. It needs to get over 11.13 and close above 11.13 now to look very good for a retest at highs. Oh, where are those bulls? Sleeping. Can we see the push? It's having some trouble here, but it looks pretty bullish overall. It's moving exactly like how it was moving yesterday. Choppy. It's like almost better for the longer hold times. I don't believe the float on this stock is high, but it seems to be moving like a high float stock at times. Sometimes I wonder if I should sell the entire thing. It didn't break down there, which is good. I want to see a bigger pop than that instantly. Because that's a high risk trade. 3,000 size there. It's like a pretty aggressive position. We could see a 5-minute pullback too. If it doesn't hold here. I would like to see it hold here though. Volume is kind of off a little bit. There's 87. Perhaps we can see a double bottom. I think it's bullish. I think it's more bullish here than anything, so I'll keep watching. I like the pullback, especially if it comes in for a double bottom. But so far we are still around the $11 range. There's a 10,000 share seller there. So I might be able to get a 5-minute setup here, which could be good. So if I get the trade I like, I'll probably hold it for like 5 to 10 minutes if possible, instead of being in and out. Oh, looks like it's curling a bit. Oh, right back down 94. So it's a little tricky. It's never easy, man. It's rare you get a day where you can say it's like smooth sailing, right? There's always some bumps. The water is always rough on this side of town, in this field, in this sector. If it gets over 1110, maybe it's ready to curl back up, but I don't know with certainty here, so I'm not really firing off trades. High or low for me as usual. We have about 2.5 minutes left in this 5-minute candle, so if it's going to do something, it'd be a good time for it to show its hands right around now, whether it's up or down. So far, so good. Okay. I thought we might have been getting ready there. Okay, okay, there it is. So that's gonna chop me out. What was that? And this stock is probably, I gotta maybe be a little bit more active here. Can we hold up? It's such a tricky one, man. It looks like it's rejecting the move. No fill. I don't know. I didn't want to see that rejection there. It's holding up though. I didn't get it. I tried for 72. I didn't get the fill. I probably should have just marketed in. And here's rejecting again. 11. I don't know. I'm losing confidence here. Right now, I'm very skeptical. I liked it the last time, but can we hold up? Okay, it's gonna hold up. That's good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Very good. NEXI. NEXI. Take me to the moon. Take me to the moon here. Can we see 15, 20? Gosh, I'm gonna sell that too soon. The volume just takes like an extra 3 seconds to come, and I think it's not gonna happen. Ay, ay, ay. Continue, continue, 40, 40? Perhaps, perhaps not. The fair fill. Is it halted up? NEXI. This one is moving, so I'm not switching over just yet. I'll pull it on screen here in a sec, though, just to take a look. So 70, I guarantee right now, and maybe for those of you who are aggressive, you're probably holding at 1070. You know, and here I am scalping this thing all the way up here because I wasn't confident enough to buy the trade down there. That's the entry I should have been in and just selling here. So let's see, there's 1125. It's looking pretty decent. This is like a pretty healthy pullback, I think. The short sellers are gonna be finished here if we don't see any like random drop, you know. Hopefully no one wakes up and just says, "Hey, let me sell big size." Why it's coming down so low? Kind of gave back a decent chunk there. Do I try again? 93. 93 from 33. Let's see. NEXI, quick look. Halted up. Big move. Well, it's hard to ignore that. And look at this rebound here as I'm looking away. What's the resumption time? 50. It's in like a couple seconds. I'll watch it with 500 shares here. 1262. Here we go. 1262. It looks like it's 10 minutes. Yeah, that looks like 5 more minutes. Boy, oh boy. Sometimes these stocks, I tell you. Hopefully. Ah, come on. Hopefully we can see the new high though. I probably should not have taken that trade there. Sometimes you just gotta be disciplined. High or low. It's a massive spread there. Of course. It seems like it's having trouble. We should rip right through the highs. So I'm guessing that might have been a loss. It's having issues at 32, 33. It's like a so if it breaks, I suspect we should see a good breakout. The resumption on the other one is 3 minutes out. These spreads are terrible though. If I'm buying there, I'm in at 30, out at 20 instantly. This is always a tricky thing with a flat top breakout. It's like if you're buying the high, can we go right here? There's 32. Not quite. Right back to 21 on the bids. And the lows are like pretty low. It's trying again. There's 32. Can we see 34, 35, 34. Okay, 44. All right. There's a small seller at 50, it seems. Resumption is 2 minutes. I'll wait. It seems to be losing its steam here. Volume is slowing down a bit, but we got over the resistance, which is good news. See, like this drop right here to me just doesn't make sense. It should hold though, because our short sellers short already in that drop. Probably not. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, well, maybe. But I don't think all of them. So hopefully this bounces back over time. So the resumption is coming up in 15 seconds. Let's get it on screen here. 1262. I only got small size. Here we go. 3, 2. Wow, good. It's an aggressive buy. I got lucky there. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez. Can we hold 1360? That was a lucky trade. It might come down some more, perhaps. Maybe not. Take the long. It's not going. So I'm back out. Oh, goodness. There's a hidden seller there at 50. I think I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Damn. I was gonna say I'm gonna try again, but already too late and the spreads are crazy. Oh, this is something else. The high's at 1547. The halt is at 1575. The spreads are brutal here. 50-cent spreads. $15.92 for the high. For the halt. No fill there. 16.13 for the halt. Oh, come on. It's so dicey. The risk is real here. We're at 14.10. It's coming down. The question is how low was the bottom? It still seems bullish. These are some great trades, but not quite getting the extra push. We got to be careful though. The spread is pretty brutal. The lowest at 14, the high to last is 86. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. But maybe it does curl back up, right? I need to be convinced at this point. I think it's looking a little weaker though. If we can get a good bounce over 14, perhaps. Spreads. If we could have had tighter spreads, I could sell market, but trying to get out on the ask if possible. I do like that it's holding 14 for now. The risk on this kind of stock is incredible. how fast, and the range it's moving. So small size isn't a bad thing here at times. Fair fill, because I could have gotten murdered there, but no follow through. So I'm watching for the red to green back over 15. That's a high fill. Part of the deal. There's some bids, I think, watching. You gotta be patient. You have to keep watching. 1350. If it flushes more, I'll be watching. But it's holding up there. This is that kind of action you definitely gotta like flip the switch for, right? Compared to like NKTX. It seems like it retesting the lows here, but if it doesn't hold up, that could be it. Well, the bulls are going to be looking for a double bottom breakdown reclaim. So far, it's holding up. Waiting. I like that we've bounced up here. '81 by '84, '69 by 76. Yeah, no good. So maybe it comes down here. It's trying again for the third time at these lows. The spread's what's making it tricky because we're seeing 60, but then 14 almost like right away on the ask. 60s are basically the lows of the pullback. 65 by 80. Switching back to the other stock to see what it's doing. Still pretty choppy. There's the breakdown on this one. I don't know. I made over $1 share and lost it back. Great trades I felt on some of the like on the way down, just either getting caught against the spread or just not getting the extra push I would expect on a stock this volatile. The other one I'm now completely out of sync, so I'll have to size down. I don't know though. This thing is like pretty choppy. It's not getting over 1130. This recent push here is good though, over 18, and it's like consolidation. But can we hold above it and then push over 30? We had a resistance at 32 earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up. Let's get up there to 300 likes.
NAXI.
NKTX, we're still kind of like sideways. I don't know, man. Sometimes you got to really be ready for a stock like this. NEXI. I didn't want to use size because I was, didn't really watch it the first halt going up. I think this was the second one. Didn't want to come super aggressive. Even the trade I took on the resumption was like, it's a pretty aggressive trade because it didn't dip. I just bought it. Just bought it like, okay, if I lose, I lose. So there wasn't a lot of selling on the tape. So it's like, okay, maybe it doesn't dip and it just goes straight up. And that's what happened. But if I have size, like any sort of size, it's a hard trade to take. But if you're very aggressive, it could work. If you're in there 3K shares, there's $1 share waiting for you. NKTX seems to be, I would say, struggling. It's kind of still sideways here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, guys. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Support the channel. Subscribe. We go live every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. So right now we're green 570. Not really a ton, but it's decent. Right now we have to try and protect it as best as we can as we look for more opportunities here throughout the morning. Going through the watch list stocks, BTBD, not much. GRTX, not much. We were a little late, so I don't remember if we mentioned the disclaimer, but guys, remember that trading is risky. Trading is hard, and trading takes time, months, and more commonly, years. So, if you're new, or even if you've been around for some time, and you're not quite as consistent as you need to be, take it slow. Remember to, reduce your risk and utilize a small amount of cash, utilize the simulators, utilize paper trading, build the experience, become competent, become confident, and then you can increase your risk and size up. That's the way to do it. As NKTX here, maybe ready to go. There's the resumption. Perhaps there's a bounce there, but No, there's not. It's going to come down. I guess a small bounce though from 1180. Yeah, remember the live streams and recaps are never an invitation to try and copy trade. The strategy is pretty detailed and intricate. Copy trading is a recipe for disaster. Lastly, remember that I do not invest money for my subscribers. So be careful with fake accounts. There's been a ton of fake accounts on TikTok, Instagram, Discord, every platform that we're on. They're fake accounts, unfortunately. You know, we reach out to the community and to remind them to stay safe. We will never message you first. I will never message you first randomly. It does not happen. There's no reason for me to just message people and message everybody who's like in the Discord or something. So stay safe. Right? Remember, I'm not gonna ask for any personal information, any money, any you know, anything. Just be careful out there. Someone is saying trading is easy, but winning is hard. I guess you could phrase it that way, but that's what makes it hard, right? Is that winning is not easy. POL POL is an interesting one. The daily chart doesn't look bad here, but the volume is not that high. The daily chart looks pretty decent. SNTG, not much there. A lot of the stocks are on the softer side. GRTX, the cheaper stock, no good. BTBD, not much. Hopefully we can gain some volume there later. MCRB sold off. NEXI on the way down. I mean, being into the first halt going up, I mean, it's so hard for me in these situations because I'm not going to be ever watching a stock like this with this type of volume looking for trades. 60,000 shares a candle. There's no way I'd be looking at this. So for me, it's just impossible to really be here early enough to be in already. It does, and I could have definitely been watching this resumption here for sure though. But I was so tunnel visioned into NKTX, which opportunity will cost. You're going to be watching one stock so closely that you're not paying attention to the scans or any call outs, especially if the stock is already good that you're trading. The halt up is at 1332 if this happens to like give a good move, NEXI, but I'm not looking at it for trades. The spreads there are massive. I got small size NKTX if we see something here. We got to get over 30 though. Chart sellers are all over this thing here. Every time we get up there, it's right back down. It's the third time in this area. Yeah, Dash, I agree. The momentum we saw last week and really in like the last month straight, we're not seeing that right now. Maybe, okay, maybe in any XI, but we're not like consistently seeing stocks be very strong into the open like we were last week. So, recognizing the change and the shift is important. Like with this, like a stock like NKTX, there's no way I make like 3, 4K. Like I have to use so much share size to do that, and it's not worth the risk. Versus, last week, the week before, there can be, multiple stocks throughout a day, good opportunities, allows me to be able to, get more trades. Even any XI, you can make, I guess you can make money, but the risk is always so high, man. If you're pushing like 3K shares on that thing or 5K shares, every time you buy or sell, you're making like 2K or losing like 2K if you're using that type of size. Mentally, if you're not willing to, go through those crazy swings, come on. That looked pretty good. It's rejecting again. As soon as I saw 35, I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm not watching the dip so much when it comes down. Maybe I should. But I'm leaning more towards like, okay, can we get the move over the resistance and then break free for the potential big move up? I always ask this question to myself, should I walk away? Like I could walk away right now, right? And it'll be a decent day, up $500. Is that the right thing to do? It's a hard question every day because you just don't know what could come. You don't know what could come, and that could be good or bad, right? So I could potentially save myself a loss, or I could maybe make more. It's rare that you stay sideways. It doesn't seem like that happens too many times. So what I try to do in this situation is size down first. And if a stock like this can get over the resistance and start to make a move, I feel more comfortable to size back up. Come on. 32, 31. If it goes, hopefully it doesn't like, give a random big move. We need an entry at least. Watching it closely here, closely. NEXI, decent bounce there. It'd be good if that gets halted up at 72. I'd be interested on a red to green. Which it actually could happen. The setup doesn't look bad. No additional push there. Yeah, NEXI is definitely one to watch in this area here. NKTX, on the other hand, is also interesting, but we're still kind of struggling. There's 28. There's 65. The halt is now at 1405. What I like about NKTX is how resilient it is. We've gotten rejected so many times, but we're still here. I think that's good. Maybe the seventh time will be the charm. Back to 15. Yeah, I agree that NKTX is choppy. Let me see how the Discord is doing. By the way, Zay, thanks for the call out earlier. Seems like everyone is still trading. NEXI, I think it's still very interesting in this area here. It's at 1350, and the pattern isn't bad for the red to green, but it's a matter of positioning ourselves in a good area. I've sized down even more after just taking like a 70 or let's say like an $80 loss. I've sized down to just 250 shares. On a stock like this, I don't mind using like 2K size, but it has to be under a very specific circumstance. But good old NKTX, is this it? Is the ninth time the charm here. Right back down again. Well, I'll keep waiting. We did break over this level once, and we had abrupt move back down. Or I guess maybe we can say twice after the very first push we had. So if it goes, it's important that we hold over 1150 and keep going. And then we can get into like the next level. Maybe 1180, $12. 33. If I see 36 and there's like volume, I'll be buying with tight stops. Hopefully we get a sweet move. Where are those bulls, KB? Are the bulls still alive? NKTX. Is this it? 33, 34, 34. 30. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Okay, that's a little early. It's 35. The volume wasn't as high. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Come on. Where are those bulls? Can we see something here? Through 50. Brother, brother, brother. Bringing out the size. Don't disappoint me now. Well, I didn't make any money there. Not good. In fact, I lost a little bit. Hmm. I think I sold a little soon. I mean, I do have small size here still. This is good though. It's holding so far, which is what we need. Yeah, that's not good. It needs to hold above like 33. This is just pretty terrible here. So this is like a double negative. Not only did we not make money on the way up, the dip is also failing miserably. Switching over to NEXI. This one is going to the depths. All right, NEXI, what do you have in store for us here today? Round two? Perhaps round two. It's in a pretty good place right now. But we want to start to see, volume and then 1450 or so. This is a tough one. Damn, that spread, man. I got filled on a bit right there. This, I don't know. Maybe it might, I don't know. It might not be good for me. I can try, I'll try selling on Yas next time. We'll see how it goes. This definitely makes it more interesting, right? 67, 68 is a high here, or 70. Perhaps I can get a really good pullback and just hold longer and not even bother scalping. I'll try for that if I can. Come on, talk to me nicely here. NKTX, just a little disappointing. But once we start to push over 50, it's why I already started using like 2K shares right there because I'm thinking, all right, if I'm short at like 33 or 30, where that every time it's just rejecting, I think I'd be covering at least somewhere there, 45, 50, 55. Like, okay, let me just take a quick loss, tight stop. But in the opposite, this thing just flushes right back down. Are those people holding maybe to a higher stop? Or are they just adding shares at 50 because maybe it's a slower day, the stock has been a little weaker? Or is there something else at play that I'm not aware of or thinking about? You also still have to consider people who are in low, selling their shares and not holding longer into the extended move. No fills there, but this is a pretty huge pullback, fairly sizable. How's the 5 minute candle looking? Healthy? Fairly healthy. We can work with this, I think, but we'll see. Time will tell. Small share size though, so we can't really get hurt. The low was pretty low, 49. The candle could have been better, but let's see how it does in the early stages here into the new candle. Are we going to see any strength? The spread makes it very difficult to really tell if we're like looking weaker or stronger in certain areas. and it jumps up to 27 on the ask. Like there's no indication that, you know, of anything there. What's the height of the last? 80? All over the place here. Maybe there's a chance for a re-average. Again, it's just pretty difficult to like tell time. I think I'm gonna gear up for a re-average. If not, hopefully there's at least one scalp trade. The risk is just so high. What I don't need is this to fail miserably, in which case I'll more than likely take a loss. I didn't need to get all out there, but I'm going to take it. We got 1391 right now. We need to get over 1430. If we get over 1430, there's a chance we perhaps can see something here. So there's 1430. Oh, okay. But no immediate push. Are we going to try again? Where are those bulls? It's like the volume should be mooning here. Nothing. It maybe is like a delayed volume. The spike should. I'd expect the spike to still come. So I'll watch again. Is this it? Come on. Where are those bulls? Again, it's like the volume should be ripping in here. Good, 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 good. Just like that. And now the spreads just needs to stay tight. 1450. Do not fail us now. This is getting into prime time, but we need to see the move. There's a seller, and it's holding 30. Like this stock, just now, like, or you go back like 40 minutes, like this thing is like it's going up and down $1 in like 5 seconds. And here going up, it's like it's like it's trying to go and it's just not like either people are not trading it as aggressively or whatever reason. Maybe there's nobody's getting squeezed right now. Maybe they got all out. But I'd expect like $1 move there in like 10 seconds or something. We jump we jump from 1470 to 1525 and the bids stay right at 1460. That trade was a scratch trade, like come on. So this is good. We held up 36. Come on, bids, move higher. It's not. It's like a 25-cent spread. But, can we try again? Perhaps not. The halt is at 1608. I suspect that it could happen if volume gets in, but we'll have to see. Spreads are brutal here. Okay, maybe not yet. Try again. Do we need a pullback first? Come on. They're sellers, man. Somehow went short right there. But to know that we have shares though. The halt is at 41. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't be in the right areas to get the bigger move. Like holding longer is just the better way to go here. If I can just maybe get a good dip and hold for a few minutes. 65 now for the halt. 65. Big seller, 14,000. Big seller. Jeez. Why not just sell in increments, man? It has to know that people are not gonna like to see that. Like, oh my goodness. Well, that's all right. Drops down in a very weird way, but it's curling back up, which is good. Like with that type of order, it's a little bit more tedious, but you gotta like, 500 shares, 500 shares every time. Like, you can't just put 14,000 shares on a stock like this and not expect like people to panic, which I guess is what that was. Also, it's a pretty big panic. Maybe like a dollar drop with like $2, 50 cents. I don't know, it's starting to look a little messy here. Maybe I walk away right now, take what I have, and smile. I couldn't use size on this stock. I just mentally, I don't know, I couldn't bring myself to do it. It has to be in a specific type of circumstance, and I didn't get that on the way up. I think this might be backside, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I think there's shares, so I could watch. Maybe that can be my last trade here. I'm gonna watch. I'll watch, but that's if I can even get a good entry. And see, I wonder if I was quick enough to remember that if I could have been short the moment I saw the seller, but the drop felt like almost instant, so it probably would have gotten a fill at the very bottom and just been a red trade. Because it's the same way how they'll do it to you going long, they'll do it to you going short, and you get a pretty bad fill. Anyhow, for those of you watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, guys, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Support the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Support the channel. NKTX, Big Steve. I shouldn't have taken those dips. So maybe I got caught in the area there. Definitely something to study up on as I'm reviewing. I got to study up tonight because yesterday I didn't study. I got to study today for both days just to. It's good, man. When you go back and watch that stuff, it's like therapy. You feel better mentally if you had any sort of frustration, and it's just good to see what is working, what is not working, and how you can position yourself the next day. RXRX, is that a higher float one? Let's double check. Perhaps, but it is moving up here. What do I study? Well, I go back over the level 2 in time and sales in the key areas for the big trades, and just see what's working, what I can avoid for poor trades. Like, there's been a trade I'm trying to avoid right now. On some of the more aggressive stocks that start to go up, like it goes, it hesitates, it goes, it hesitates, and it goes again. And I've been still buying that third time. I realized this is for last week though. I realized like I've been buying that trade and have to eliminate it. Didn't really get to practice much because this week has been on the softer side of things, but uh, you know, you gotta see the discrepancies in there and just eliminate things that needs to be eliminated. It didn't sell off yet, which is great. So maybe I watch it again here, but I'd only be interested over 1560. Some people might like the dip here, which is working so far. The dip has held up 1460, 1455 area. I got to be a little bit more confident towards those dips, man. They're there, but I don't even like to look at them, especially after those big drops. But I mean, it's like right here, we held up, big move up. We held up, big move up twice. Now, if I watch it right here, it's going to come down. Instead of giving a big move up, it's going to go like this. That's what usually happens. Some people will know the feeling. Are there people long 1,000 shares down there, 1460, 1470, selling maybe at like, 1550? I think so. Hopefully tomorrow we can see like a big intraday move. $5, $10 stock, even something at like $2 would be good. Hey, anything. If something goes from 60 cents up to like 170, that would be great as well. And hopefully we can get some good earnings. Because we're coming into, like, I guess earnings season, you can say, is like really already started, but I think towards the end of this week we have a lot of the big banks, so hopefully we can see some good earnings. When people portfolios are up, they also feel better about day trading, right? So NEXI, here's 1450 coming down once again to test these lows. Can we hold up and curl back up again? What will it be? I use the DAS Trader level 2 to be able to see the halt levels. Here, I'll show it on screen here quickly. This is what it looks like. So I have these couple of stocks up here. So I can see the halt levels, which is this white line. I gotta fix this one and take out one of those like extra like um levels. But yeah, switching back. So we're breaking. See, and this I'm saying, it's like if I would have bought here, I just knew this thing would have been coming down, man. It's like they're just sometimes it's just how the way it goes. There's a big bid down here. We'll see how it does. But I'll be back in a sec. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Let's see. Also, hold on. Before, hold up. Let's just make sure nothing is moving, because the rant might begin, and then before you know it, we're missing all the good trades. NEXI, NKTX, POL, SNTG. All right. Okay, let's see. RXRX, a bit of a higher float stock. This level 2 is from Das Trader. Das Trader, you guys can type it in, Das Trader on Google. And the subscription is $150 a month. You can integrate it with your Thinkorswim, and you can actually execute with more intuitive hotkeys there as well. It's not a bad. If you're like scaling in and out of trades, like looking to sell half a quarter, use limit orders with offsets, or let's say marketable limit orders. If you want to program hotkeys for specific share size, you know, if you're like really into like that type of trading, if you're really good with the keyboards, you can type like super fast and like you have that good memorization, it can be good. It can be very good, but it's not necessary at the same time, because I've literally just hit the buy and sell button with the mouse before, like for years. I've used now simple hotkeys. I mean, it comes down to like preference and you know, what you feel is comfortable for you. But the level 2 itself is pretty active. It's fast. You have the halt levels. There will be a few days throughout the year where it lags and it's like a DAS issue where the bid and ask are inverted. And but it usually goes away after like the first 30 seconds or so when it does happen, like into the open. Just a heads up in terms of the cons, the negative side of things. Their support is pretty decent. Like you can do text chat. I believe you can call in as well. They're all right. They'll walk you through certain things. The Discord, I tell you. There's no way I show that on live stream, Retta. Now, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Let's see, any other questions coming in? One-minute trader, are you heading out? Be green, be safe, be green, smile. Take it easy, stay safe. So the 14,000 share seller came on the ask on the level 2. That type of stuff is always difficult because it's a big seller. It's definitely a big seller. We're a $14 stock. So that's, some good money. If you're holding shares and you decide, okay, I want to get out because that is now somewhat of a resistance, you have to be out instantly. Because in that area, it's like if you had took time to decide and waited 3 seconds, 2 seconds, that was already a $3 drop, or maybe $2.50, whatever it was. It's just sometimes it's just it's like you can't really do too much, man. Even if you were in there low and you're holding for a nice move, if that stuff happens, it's like I guess it's just part of it. It's kind of silly to drop that much, but so they came on the ask, and then the order, it seems they didn't fill because the stock was dropping. I don't know. From there, it looks like the order kind of just went away. Was it spoofing? I don't know. I don't think so. But if the stock dropped $2 a share and I'm trying to sell that position, why am I still holding that order till up there, right? I cancel it and then maybe try and sell somewhere again, whether it's like in smaller increments. But I didn't see the 14,000 shares come back. Sometimes people like the orders like it's there, like even if the stock drops and they're trying to get out, because you just never know the history of the order, right? That could be somebody who's in it like $2 and they don't care if we drop down $1.50. So they'll bring the order down again. And then at that point it usually gets bought up. And then vice versa. There'll be people who for whatever reason they want to get filled. And so as the bid goes higher, they'll just keep putting the order on a bid again, again, again. I've seen it once, like $3 a share. Back then I was like, like a pretty timid trader, like pretty frail. Like I'm seeing this and not buying like a madman. Like if that could happen now, big size, big huge size. But that was like a 200,000 order that just kept going, kept going, kept going. And that was literally once in like 5 years. And the experienced traders back then definitely capitalized. Sometimes people will have to cover positions and they have to liquidate, they have to take a loss. And sometimes it's the big firms. Because these big, at the end of the day, it's people, right? I mean, it's somebody managing 15 million, 20 million, 100 million, and it's like, hey, let me take 300K shares on this stock because I think XYZ. They can be wrong just like we can be wrong. And they'll have to, manage the risk same way. So if they have to cover, they have to cover. If they have to buy, they have to buy. And other people can capitalize off of that. Before you know it, boom, $20 million loss. And whether or not that's a bigger loss for them, we don't know. It could be a normal loss, but it's, I would assume they're taking on an incredible amount of risk so that they know what they're getting themselves into at that level of managing, portfolios and all these different, hedge funds, whatever. It's the same thing. Okay, hey, I lost 20 million today. All right, tomorrow again. Maybe they're making 1 million a day. Who knows? Guys, when it comes to like DMs and these things, man, the best way to message me is the Discord. The Discord is the way to go. The writing is on the wall indeed, brother. I agree with that. How's the overall market doing? Let's just take a quick look at some of these big tech stocks. Uh, Netflix, how are we doing? Red to green, and as we know, there's been a small pullback recently, but we've had that massive like 10% move going back to like October, so I guess this is to be expected. I wonder, this is why the earnings is going to be interesting. Like, are we going to be sideways? Are we going to be red? Last year was like a pretty strong year. I mean, really and truly, ever since after like the vaccines came out, ever since the vaccines came out, like, let's look at the SPY right here, right? This has been like, this has just been incredible, man. This is the kind of thing that does make me want to get into fantasy at times, but I have to remember there'll be more opportunities in the future. And if I can continue to do the right things, hopefully I can capture something like this. Uh, Draw, tool, segment. There was a day that Trump came on and said, V-shaped recovery, we have a vaccine. This is like this day here. One of these days right here. Like right in this area. March or so of like 2020, somewhere around there. And it's like, V-shaped recovery, indeed. We got back to highs, and then we got an incredible move. So let's see, that was about 50%. And then into 21, 22, 23. My time could be off. Maybe it was later that he said that. I can't remember exactly. This is like years ago. This it's funny because this feels like maybe like 6 months ago, right? These last 3 years, I don't know if it's just me, man, but it's went so fast. But anyhows, it was 112% to the highs, and then there's this dip, and then back up here to all-time highs again. So the dip was a 27% dip, the move back up 37%. But from then to now, man, I mean, just incredible. Imagine doing 100% on the SPY in 3 years. This stuff is like unheard of. But due to all that money printing, there's like more cash in the economy. So I wonder how much more like, so okay, over the next like 5 years, like, can we see something up to like 600? Or is that maybe a little unrealistic? Maybe it slows down for now, more sideways. and then maybe another breakout. We'd like to assume that things can get better once the rates go back down, and maybe another bull market, because they've been claiming this hasn't really been a bull market, but maybe it has been, right? I mean, with 112%, it's like, how could you claim this is not a bull market? But anyhow, enough of the overall market stuff. One last rotation here, and if nothing is moving, I think that could do it. Let me just double check the scans. Yeah, I think one more look. Yeah, Bitcoin. Oh, is that tomorrow? So that Bitcoin ETF. That's gonna be interesting, man. If it gets approved, it's gonna be pretty big. If that gets approved, and I think it will, because a lot of like the big time people, Kevin O'Leary, for example, they've been mentioning it a while ago. More than likely, it probably will get approved. And even Bitcoin and crypto did well these last couple of months. The market, man, I tell you. Yeah, nothing is moving here, so this could be a good place to just ease off and then come back power hour to see if anything is moving. So I'll take the green. ELEV. Am I missing ELEV here? It's hitting scans. Yep. Every time. Every time I start to talk, man, something starts to moon. So let's see how this does here. Yesterday's high is at 207 in after hours. So if the consolidation pushes over this level here and holds, it could be good. Start off with small size, and then I'll increase risk if we can connect nicely. All right, let's see what this does. The low of the move was 85, so it's like pretty low, but we'll see. So far, it looks all right. I'll just keep waiting. High or low? I don't know. It seems very. It doesn't seem active. But maybe I need to keep watching. All right, 97, 97. There's also a 2 cent spread, which is worth mentioning. A small bid here at 91, only 10,000 size, which is not that huge for this type of stock, but small bid. So right now I'm still waiting here. And again, the volatility seems to be on the lighter side, so not a ton. Yeah, I don't think that this is worth it for now, so I'll stay on the sidelines here and then maybe close out for the day. ROMA. Let's check that one out. ROMA. Is there good volume? Is there a good move? Well, no, this is just a roller coaster of no volume and just halts. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it. So, for those of you going all the way to 4 p.m., which there will be a few of you real troopers here, continue to be disciplined, continue to be diligent, continue to watch for those patterns and opportunities that you know and love. With that being said, remember to continue to manage risk as well. And that's going to do it for me. Check out those links down below for those of you guys who are interested in the chat room as well as the classes. Feel free to check us out. NEXI perhaps maybe here. Hold up. I'm rotating here. NEXI may be worth a watch here. I need small share size though. Hold that thought of me leaving. Right back to business here. Okay, so it's quite the red to green. Nice bottoming wick to kick things off. Steady move up here. Steady move. 1657. Highs. Maybe there could be a good pullback trade somewhere. So waiting patiently to see how this does here. We had 1480 there. Quick move back up. I'll keep watching. NKTX really sold off, man. That thing did not hold up well. So will we see a bigger dip here at maybe 1450 to half dollar? I'll keep an eye, but I wouldn't want to see a 5-minute pullback though, because that would be a pretty huge dip. If we can get a 1 minute, something like this, and then a curl back up would be nice. But I'll be waiting. There's 25. The high of this range is 39. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing like a flag here either, like an extended flag or wedge, and then a huge green candle up would be great. But got to take it slow and just see what opportunities we get for now. It's 11:22. Uh, okay, we're getting a consolidation, which is good. We're getting a consolidation, but I want it to be like a couple more minutes. If we can get lucky here and we actually get this to play out, it could be great. I need my chair. I'm gonna sit down here. A 5 minute pullback honestly wouldn't be bad either. Let's see. Yeah, a 5 minute pullback wouldn't really be bad. So I'm gonna let this thing do its thing. Getting a bigger pullback, which is fine. This could set us up to be in and holding longer, which is lovely. So I'm gonna let it do its thing, and then I'm gonna look to risk afterwards. So the low is 1460. It's pretty tight pullback, I would say, considering this big move up all the way from 1350. Just gonna wait patiently here. I got small size, so I'm not looking to be in early and aggressive. Just want to wait. ELEV, if we get over 2, I'd be interested. Well, there needs to be like way more volume. There needs to be more volume on that one. There's 97 for ELEV. Right back down. ELEV. So I'm wondering, yeah, I'm wondering if we're getting a tight pullback here because this thing held up very well here. I really wanted more of a pullback, in which case maybe I've already missed the lows here to be in and holding longer. But I'll be patient. I'll keep watching. I'll keep waiting. If I was gonna take this, I would have needed to be buying on this candle here. But that's all good. Looking away at the other stock for break of 2 is also not going to help me. So I always say I should be trading one and only, but hmm, it's looking good. It's looking good, and it's looking very decent. Are we going to see something here? What I'm watching for here is a potential like higher low versus the pullback. And I retested the highs of like 1530, but if not, keeping it tight. I don't love these type of trades, man. It's like just not good for me. Where's the volume there? Like, why is it like nothing happening at all in the tape? And I don't like that stuff for specific reasons, like an instant dollar sheer flush. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but I just don't like it. What I do like though is that it's not really coming down a ton, right? But like, where's the volume? Like the tape is coming to a standstill. Is like, what's that? Sit down, relax, have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Reference to the best movie ever. Walk now or ruin my green. I'm gonna stay here and keep trading just to prove you wrong. The low is at 1460. There's a push to 1450. We'll need a big bottoming wick here, if not to the depths. Also, we'd love to see some more volume coming back into the stock. The volume has been decreasing. We want to maintain and or of course go higher. So if we can see like an increase. Let's see. Hindsight is always 2020, that's for sure. This is a good move back up here. So we got a bit of a bottoming wick and then a big bullish candle there, which is not bad. But we still want to see that high volume over time. So I'll be waiting. If it sells off, I'll be out of here. But if it holds up these levels and gets back to high day, I definitely want to be active at that point. Waiting patiently. How's the lighting? Is it still? It's not bad. Oh, it looks like it looks decent. Good old E-Trade Pro. Yeah, this thing is coming down a bit. I think maybe that's it for now. Time to head on to some other business ventures, as they would say in Discord chat. This is my OG watch list when I first started trading. This one is in here twice. I can't even remember how you delete a stock, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. Look at how many are delisted. Look at this. It's like almost half this watch list is just delisted stocks. Look at this, DRYS. Good old DRYS, man. The stock that went to $100 back in like 2020 or something, or 2019 even. SBOT. Do you guys remember SBOT? That name sounds familiar. MYOS. I think this is one of the very first stocks I traded ever. MYOS. VVUS, I think, was last year. CCCL seems to be a little, the MPI also. UMRX, I remember. Can't remember these. ROAN, cannot remember that. Some of them do not ring a bell at all. PTIE, KOOL, KOOL, man. We made money on most of these stocks, I think. SSI, this one seems recent, like maybe a year ago as well. All gone to the depths. SONA, SNCA, MYT might have been more like 2 years ago. MOSY. I think this is also one of the first stocks I've traded. DPW is here, NAKD, OSAT, NXTD, all gone to the gallows. Davy Jones Locker. Anyhow, that's going to do it. If you're going the distance, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. It's been a Relentless Trader. It's been a decent day, nothing crazy, but we'll take it every day of the week, every time of the year, $700. So stay disciplined out there. Check out those links down below for the chat room. Catch you guys in the next one. I've been here far too long. Hit that thumbs up on the way out if you have not already. That's why RT was late this morning. Guys, whenever I'm late, I have to use the bathroom at like, if I have to use the bathroom at like 9, 10 a.m., like there's nothing I can do but start late. Which is what happens anytime I start, like 99% of the times I start late. In the last year and a half, there's only been 2 times where I came late because of something. One time the basement was flooded, and the other time I went to my mechanic shop super early and didn't finish in time. Other than that is the bathroom. What are you gonna do, right? It's better to go and then be comfortable trading rather than to just be here. It's like you gotta be focused. If you're uncomfortable, you're already at a disadvantage. So yeah. This is why I'm the most transparent trader in the world, is because I don't feel any embarrassment or shame or any of that garbage to say something like that here in front of hundreds of people. So hit that thumbs up, and Relentless Traders out of here. Catch you guys in the recap or in Discord if there's a hot stock later.